Super Tuesday is upon us, and one question I get more than any other during this time of the year is, who's going to be the nominee for president? Doesn't matter if you're talking Republicans, Democrats. As the primary process unfolds, that's the question that everyone wants to know. Well, this year, obviously, the discussion is focused on the Democrats. And can anyone receive enough delegates during the primary process to become the nominee for the President of the United States on the first ballot at the Democrat National Convention? Well, Super Tuesday will have a lot to say about that. Super Tuesday has 1,357 delegates up for grabs across 14 states. Voters are going to be busy, and everyone's going to be watching the scoreboard to see who leaves Super Tuesday with the most amount of delegates. Now, let's remember the Democrat process calls for a candidate to receive delegates if they receive 15% of the vote statewide. They can receive statewide delegates then, or there's also district delegates that are awarded, and a candidate must receive 15% of the vote in those respective districts to receive delegates as well. Obviously, most of the attention is focused on Bernie Sanders. He has a lead in the delegate process. But when it comes to Super Tuesday, I think his camp is going to be watching and think he needs to finish maybe with 550 to 575 delegates at the end of the day on Super Tuesday, just from Super Tuesday voting. That would put him as winning a little over 40% of the delegates possible on that day, and maybe allow him to stay on the path to win more than 50% of the delegates as he heads into the convention. If Bernie Sanders doesn't win 550 delegates on Super Tuesday, I don't see a path for anyone on the Democratic side to receive enough delegates on the first ballot to become the nominee. So what would happen then? Well, it would go to a second ballot. And on that second ballot, you would also introduce 771 superdelegates. Those delegates can vote for whoever they want on the ballot. And the people that voted in the first ballot, the 3,797 pledged delegates, if you will, they're free to vote for whoever they want to on the second ballot. So they're kind of released from their commitment, if you will. That's why everyone's watching Super Tuesday, because some people that are still involved in the race understand there is not a path for them to get enough delegates, the 1,991 they need on the first ballot. There's not a path for them to get that many delegates through the primary process. Their goal is to accumulate as many delegates as they can to keep Bernie Sanders from reaching 50%. We will be watching all day Super Tuesday, and I hope you will as well. To stay up to date during the campaign, please visit us at iVoters.com.